Hi everyone! Welcome to episode 53 of Annijuuti Knits. Friends, welcome back to my channel Annijuuti Knits. My name is Anniina and I come to you from the west coast of Finland, place called Kokkola, where I live with my family, my two little boys and my husband, and this is a channel here on YouTube where I share all about my knitting and my knitwear designs. Welcome! Today I only have one finished object and one very close to being done object, but I want to tell you and show you what I have done to reduce my whip count. 2 videos ago I did show you all of my unfinished, my works in progress, my UFOs, and I was telling you that my goal is to reduce that count, and I think I've done pretty well, except I've done some new cast-ons as well. But first we go into what I'm wearing, and then I will show you my only finished object today. I am wearing a hand knit sweater. This is the Baldelia sweater by Amelie Designs. I think she's a designer that has retired from pattern selling because all of her patterns are free on Ravelry and she has some amazing patterns. But I have not made this sweater myself. This is actually my sister's doings. She made this sweater. I actually will put a video here next to me because I did take a little clip while I was trying it on, or I was showing it off. And this is something that my sister made for herself, and it was already, this yarn was already once a love note, which turned out too small. My sister is a very tight knitter, as am I, and I don't think she age watched, even though I said she should. So once a love note, she ripped it out. She even washed the yarn or spritzed the yarn, rewound it, and made it into this sweater. She is smaller than I am, and it turned out too big. So her her catastrophe turned into my joy because I received this sweater from her. I did give her my love note because it was a bit too snug. I have changed in weight in the last year or so I just don't want to keep like stuff in my wardrobe that doesn't fit. So I gave that sweater to her, she gave this to me, and it was a win-win situation. And I got this lovely sweater. It is knit out of cotton merino. I'm actually not sure which brand it is. It could be Drops, it could be something else, maybe Katia, can't remember, doesn't matter, it's not relevant. It's approximately half and half. It's very comfortable. It has these 3/4 length sleeves. It's this batwing sleeve with this little ribbing detail under the arms. But yeah, I got this fabulous green sweater, one of my absolute favorite colors. So I'm very gladly wearing this sweater. That's what I'm wearing. And then what was I supposed to say? Yeah, I have one finished object. Today is Saturday, it's the 19th, I believe, 19th of August, and it's been a busy week at work, and we just went for a lunch with my mother-in-law and my family, and my husband took the boys, and they went to play outside, to play some soccer or football, and I'm not sure when they're coming back. So I was not so prepared that I would love to be, but I think we will manage today. So yeah, if you remember or if you have seen my whip episode, I did show you this headband. It is my caramel fox headband. The name is because I did take the lace of my out of my caramel fox socks. Maybe I'll pop a picture of the socks here too. Those were socks that I released last fall, I think in September. And I had started this in January. I think I did it in like 2 days. And then now I will show you what I did. This is very dark yarn. And you can barely even see that there is pattern. So I decided that it's a headband. I will wear it, and it will be just to cover my ears, and it's, you know, it's a headband. I did a little shortcut because I didn't want to get rid of this. So this is what I did. I made the other half of the headband. It's not even half. It's from here to here. It's in stockinette. So it's basically the part that goes to your neck. I did Kitchener or craft the lace. It was provisionally cast on, so I did Kitchener the end, but you can see it. I think, I'm not sure because it was so dark. I'm not sure if the beginning of my round was twisted or not, so you can tell. I think my camera is now a bit further away than normally, so I feel very awkward being here. Oh, now I even kicked it. Never mind. Yeah, so this is my only finished object. It was a gift from my friend. It's this, I think this is Westwool. I'll pop the details in the description box and or on the screen. And yeah, it's a very soft, and it feels very warm because it's double thickness, and I will be wearing this the coming fall and winter a lot, I believe. So yeah, that's my only finished object today. So what I've been up to, I have actually 2 test knits going on right now. One test knit is for my tankar sweater. Many of my testers have already finished their tankar sweaters, but we still have a lot of time before they need to be finished. We had a nice long test period, and tankar sweater will be releasing on the 29th of September, so there's still more than a month before the release. But another test knit that is going on is the Blumage Socks. And this is now, wrong bag. This is now the one that is nearly finished because, yeah, like I said, I need to film the tutorial for the sewn bind off, or I don't need to, but I want to, because I did film some of the lace details. Maybe I'll pop this on a blocker. Second, I'll switch it over. So these socks are currently in testing, and they are toe-up socks worked from toe up. There is this slip stitch heel, not heel, toe. Also a slip stitch heel, and then some ribbing on the back of the ankle. And yeah, I have both of the socks. This is how scrunched up it is if it's not on the blocker. Here you can see the rib detail. And yeah, I love how the ribbing grows from the slip stitch heel flap. It's actually pretty. It's sunny outside, but we have these new blinds on our balcony, and so there's like double sets of of blinds, and it's kind of gloomy. Even though, yeah, it's very bright outside, so I had to put the blinds on the balcony so that it doesn't reflect all the light inside of the house. I have told many times what the yarn is, but it's Camijo yarn, and the colorway is Camijo's favorite mug. It's this beautiful mint with little speckling, with little bits of brown and lighter mint. It's a perfect mint color, and I always want to have mint and chocolate chip ice cream when I'm working on these socks. But yeah, those will be starting my Fall of Socks cal, which starts September 1st, and I will be releasing 3 new sock designs during the Fall of Socks. Actually, I have the yarn for the next one over there. Let me grab it. I already almost started this new pair, but I told myself I need to finish the Plumage socks first, so I wasn't allowed, so I didn't. This is the yarn I'm using. It's Kettu Yarn's, oh, I forgot the name. Can't remember. It's a merino sock. It wasn't the riverbed. I can't remember. I will put the name here. Kettu Yarn's, I bought this from Jyväskylä Knit Festival, and this will be the next pair of socks for the Fall of Socks cal. So the Fall of Socks cal means we have a 2-month long knit along, and you will have to knit one of my sock patterns. It doesn't need to be even one of those first or one of these newer ones. You can finish any of my sock designs during that 2-month knit along, and you will be in for some prizes. And there will be 2 more sock test knits coming up very soon. I just need to get started with these, and then we can put the test call out. But yeah, those were my finished and almost finished objects, and I think I will show you at this time my list of the whips that I wanted to eliminate before August 21st. This is something that I promised myself while I was making that whip clear out on July. And this is my list so far. So I did finish the headband. I finished the mittens. I did put a check on the Plumage socks. I did finish, or actually this check, the Contrast Blast socks. Last time when I was filming and I was actually editing my video, and I was listening to myself talk about the Contrast Blast socks by Steven West, and I realized that I don't really even want to work on them. So this is what I did. They're back on the cake. Yeah, I didn't see any point of continuing because it was clearly, I wasn't enjoying the process, I wasn't enjoying the outcome, so why make yourself miserable and work on stuff you don't want to. So I did check that also. It has been eliminated. It's no longer a wick, so that's a check. And then the kid sweater, the stripy socks. So I have the Black Lodge socks, my Coastline Shawl, no here, Coastline Shawl, the Painting Bricks socks, the sweater, Amidala sweater, Ranunculus and Scrappy Leggings. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at those objects that are still on the list, but what's the state that they are in now. Let's start with the Painting Bricks socks, and they are, wait, I need to shuffle a little bit. Let's take that blocker. So last time you saw these socks, I had this one sock finished, super bright, super beautiful in my opinion, and then I had started the ribbing for the second sock. And I have done the doubled folded cuff, I made the leg, and I even made the heel. So yay, this is well on the way. It's just missing the leg portion, so I think this will be one of the things that are going to be finished before August 21st. So this will definitely be cleared out from the list. And actually I love that I have then used this orange color. I ordered Camijo yarn October box last October, or actually September I ordered it, and it was here in the early days of October. And yeah, so it fits the theme, the theme that I will be finishing this before October comes again. I may have to take the notifications. I have to put a do not disturb to my watch because it's constantly buzzing on my wrist and it's distracting. Yeah, so Painting Brick socks, well on the way. Since you last saw, I have done half of the cuff and then leg and heel. So well done on my part. Another thing that I have worked on from the list is those Scrappy Leggings. They were actually on the maybe finished pile. I haven't done a lot. I think I've just done 2 nights. I had them on a longer, like 80 centimeter cord, 2 at a time, but I still felt like it's too long. So I took this small circular that I usually use for neckbands and stuff. And so here are the leggings. Fabulous Scrubby Leggings. Last time you saw, both of my legs were at this point. What can you see? So both of the legs have grown equally from that point. So I think I managed in 2 nights. I've done like maybe not quite 10 centimeters, but let's say 8. So not too far from being finished. They are just extremely scrappy. They are actually so scrubby, they are on the border of being ugly, but maybe it's just like ugly pretty. I don't know. They've been a work in progress for a long time, and last night I was trying them on and they are quite snug, but I'm hoping plucking will relax the fabric and it's fine to wear, because yeah, like I said, my weight is not the same that it was a year ago, so life happens and I've been very busy, and that's, you can really tell that. Yeah, you can really tell that when you are, I don't even go to the scale because I don't want to, but I know my clothes are feeling very tight, so yeah, busy, and that's what you get when you don't take care of yourself. All right, one more, or more than one? No? Yes? Maybe? I don't know. This has not grown a ton. I say every time, I think I've said it already 4 times, that next time you will see it, it's finished. It's not, but I'm getting close. It's this Coastline Shawl. It's getting close. I've done a couple of repeats, maybe 3 repeats since I last showed it, and it's getting big. It's really big, and I will now put my focus on this because I finished the socks and now I have the test knit going on, so I won't be starting the next pair of socks before I finish this shawl, because it's so close. It's so close. I don't think I will release this anytime soon. I feel like it's a little summery with the shells. I don't know. Tell me what you think. This is a woolly shawl. I'm using linen quill, and my testers are also using wool. Do you think it's a summery shawl because of the shells, or could it be like a late autumn release, or should I wait until the spring? What do you think? Because I don't know if it's seasonal enough for me to release before. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I'm wearing shawls a year around, so I will definitely be wearing this in the fall, in the winter, but I'm not sure if this patterning, this delicate lace with the shells is something that you would want for autumn, or should I just wait? I would be happy to hear your thoughts on that, because I actually just don't know what should I do with that. But yeah, those were all the whips that you have seen. Let me have another look. There's those black Lotus socks. I did show them to you last time. I haven't worked on them, to be honest. Maybe a couple of rounds, no point of showing them. My husband is going away for 4 days, actually 5 days, next week. He's actually leaving tonight, or in the middle of the night, so I will be home without him with the kids. So I think I will just crack on with those socks. They have been kept as a secret, and actually he did ask for those socks, I think it was like a year ago, and I started them before last Christmas in the hopes of finishing them for Christmas present, but that didn't happen. And like maybe it was 2 weeks ago, he was like, I gave him those stripey socks that I showed you last time as a finished object, and he was like thanking of those socks, and he was like, what about those Twin Peaks socks? When do we get onto those? And I was like, I don't know. and he doesn't know that I have ordered. Maybe I will show them. It's right here beside me. He didn't know, he hasn't seen me ordering this yarn and starting these socks. Yeah, they will be epic, and I will be giving these to him for our anniversary, wedding anniversary at the end of September. So he will receive those. Coastline Shawl, I just said that I will definitely try and finish that. Painting brick socks, definitely try and finish those. I have my Ranunculus. Last time that I showed that, I was on the bottom ribbing. I'm still on the bottom ribbing. I've done a couple of rounds of that, but twisted rib, it's just so boring, so boring. And yeah, so it will take some time to do that, but I think once I'm past the hem, I will do the sleeve in no time, because it's just smooth sailing. And yeah, and then Scrubby Leggings. One sweater, my Amidala sweater, it's only missing one sleeve, so I don't think that should be a problem either, but we'll see. I think this list worked really well for me. I'm definitely a list person. I love ticking things off the list. If I have something like chores that are something that it's hard for me to get into, I will make a list and tick them off the list, and that will help me to actually get them done. So that's been fun. So I think when the month turns to September, I will do a similar list. Now all of the smaller items were in this list, so I think I will then just choose maybe 2 projects and work on those projects at least half an hour to an hour a day, and that way they will be finishing in no time. And yeah, I have enjoyed seeing the whips disappear. Okay, but then I have done some new cast-ons. I have cast on some new things, and where to begin? Well, like I said, I've been really busy. Work started, and my kids are now going into 2 different daycares, and it's a little bit we are getting used to the new routines and habits, and my kids have been tired, I've been tired. Work has been not busy every day, but it's getting busier. And one thing that I enjoy the most, and one thing that gives me always the peace is sock knitting, and more specifically vanilla sock knitting. When I ripped out those contrast blast socks, I was like, I have so many socks that need concentration, needs calculations. You need to be paying attention where to do this and that and that. So I decided to start a simple vanilla pair of socks, and I decided to have 1 pair on the go at all times. I'm not sure if I already started this last time we spoke, but I've been enjoying lately this method that Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady always does. She does the little contrast stripe on the cuff, and then a contrasting heel and sometimes toe. This time I just made a contrasting heel and the cuff. Just very basic, nothing special, nothing fancy. This color is one of Ruskanlehti yarns. She's a Finnish dyer, and I think the name of this was Hiekoitettu asfaltti. It doesn't say much for you non-Finnish speakers, but I think it's fun. It's very nice, earthy, tonal or variegated. Actually, it's quite heavily variegated, but it's so dark colors that it's just very beautifully dyed. I love this way of I love when it doesn't pull or it doesn't stripe. It's just variegated throughout, and it's just beautiful. And then I started the second sock, and I'm on the cuff. I decided when I started, well, I have learned from the past that whenever I finish sock, even if it's like the last thing you do in the evening, I will try and cast on the second sock so it's ready to go whenever you have time. So I started the second sock. I actually just started the contrast color and then I left it for the next day, but it's much easier to continue the project when there is at least the stitches are already on the needles. The contrast color that I'm using is Camijo yarns. This is also a merino sock base with the colorway oyster shell, maybe. I believe it was that. Yeah. So I decided to follow my joy and keep those comforting projects in my handbag, or if I am too tired in the evening to do anything that requires some thought, then always have a pair of vanilla socks on the needles. And I will be continuing that because that really brings me the most joy with what comes to knitting. And now when I have my test knits going on, it's mentally straining. I need to be, responsive to messages, and sometimes the time zones are so different. People are getting off from work in America when I am already going to bed, so it's like I'm replying messages just before I go to bed, and I'm probably quite tired already. So there's been a lot of plain sock knitting lately. And the second pair, it's not a pair yet, it's just one sock. I was actually I was looking for a specific yarn in my stash, and if you've been here before, you know that I'm not a neon person. I'm not at all a neon person, but I had some yarns from my last year's calendar, advent calendar, still left, and I wanted to use them up. I had someone in mind that use or likes these colors. I think she knows who I'm talking about, but yeah, so I decided to cast on a sock for her, and I made the best out of the scraps that I had. So I had a mini skein of this very obnoxiously green fluorescent green neon green yellow. I had a mini skein of this turquoise, and I had a mini skein of this. I had 10 grams of this. This was a special skein or mini skein from Jyväskylä Knit Festival. If you are watching Finnish knitting stories, Jana, she's just such a bubbly, fun person to watch, and she was there with her yarn, and you could get a mini skein of her if you have watched her podcast and asked for the mini skein from the frog, the Franny the frog. And this was the skein that she gave, and there is just these little hints of purple and green, and I don't know if you can see. These are like so scrappy and so bright. I'm not even sure if they are fun or not, but I decided that at least they were engaging, because I was like, first I was trying to calculate how much yarn do I have, how much yarn do I need. So I think I used pretty much half of what I had, and I had to use one other color. I just had like a little 6 grams of this also very neon speckled color. So these are my happy scrappy stripey socks with neon colors. And also this one, I did just start the second cuff so that it's easier for me to go and finish that. So this was last weekend. I wanted to knit some socks, and I felt like I need to use these yarns. They were they wanted to be knit up, and I wanted them out of my stash. So here is one sock, and soon there will be a second sock as well. So yeah, that was my second vanilla pair on the go. Do I still have something else? I have one other thing that I would like to share today. And now I spritz my glasses with my water. Very professional. Okay, I can see again. Okay, I had this idea last weekend that actually I've been thinking about this before, but I didn't really allow myself to proceed with the idea because, you know, so many things going on, so many test knits and, you know, all that, but everything is now under control. And I decided that I need to start Lotus Lake cardigan. I have had this idea of a cardigan. I think it was already like a year ago when I started thinking of a cardigan of some sort. A cardigan without buttons was my idea. And I actually made a swatch. This is now a different colors because I don't think I have enough yarn for the cardigan, but I had same yarns, or you have to excuse me. I'm struggling to get my words out today. My head is already 2 steps ahead, and like I'm hoping that I'm making sense. I have a mohair and a wool yarn. This is BC Garn Bio Shetland. And this is just a light fingering weight wool yarn. I've used it before. I made my love note out of it with some brushed alpaca, but this time I think I had 4 skeins or 3. I only actually might have 3. So I have little less than 900 meters of this. And then I have 4 Isager silk mohair. And I swatched with these colors because I just needed to swatch, and this is the same yarn and another mohair. So I couldn't use the black. First of all, this is much easier to count from because it's not black. But second of all, it's I didn't have enough yarn. The edging for my cardigan is an applied I-cord. I already did it for the swatch. I'm too far away. Anyway, it's on the both sides of this swatch. And I did start already from the neck. There's not much you can see. I'm just making the neck shaping. I don't actually feel like talking about this too much because there's not much to show, and I cannot proceed before I do my math first correctly. So I decided that I was just too eager to cast on, and I cast on, but I prefer now to make the calculations to a T before I start or before I move forward. But yeah, it's black because I need to wear black at work, and I really want to have something handmade to work, and that's why that's black. But if it will be successful, I may have to do another. It's like there's no way I can photograph a black sample, so I will be making another one if it turns out the way that I want. But yeah, it will feature the Lotus Lake lace pattern, and it's really something that I look forward to. Okay, one last thing, and that's also something black. I did sign up to a test knit. I do have stuff to do a lot, but this one was a very long test knit until February, March next year, and this one is a test knit for Herb Garden Knitwear. Hanna is a designer, Hannah, and she is just such a lovely person. She is very warm and lovely person, and I thought that this way I can, if I'm doing a test knit, I can get something done, and I will make a black t-shirt for myself to wear at work. So the pattern, the Tallulah T, I don't even know if I said that yet. I'm test knitting the Tallulah, I don't even know how to say that, Tallulah T, and that was written for Sandnes Garn Line. And I did go to my local yarn store with the idea of buying Sandnes Garn Line in black. They only had 2 balls, and she said that they will be getting it maybe in a couple of weeks. So I was like, okay, I will come back in a couple of weeks, and that's fine. And then my local secondhand store, I had a table there. I did sell some of my stuff, and then they have this craft section where they have yarns and all that, and they are mostly acrylics and not something that I would gravitate towards. But they had this eucalyptus yarn, which was 97% eucalyptus, and this is the right thickness. It's actually quite heavy, but I think it looks like DK worsted, and the suggested needles were 4 to 5 millimeters. It's a little bit less meters per 100 grams than, let's say, Line, but that has viscose in it, and it's lighter, and it feels really soft, like so soft. If you have any experience with eucalyptus yarn, please leave a comment and tell me all about it, and what do I have to know and what do I have to be careful about. But my friend said that it's similar to tencel, or maybe tencel is made with or from eucalyptus. So it actually feels really similar. It feels like bamboo in my opinion, and I'm really excited to make the test knit out of this yarn. I bought 6 skeins because I just these are 100-gram skeins, and I think meters what I calculated that I have enough meterage with 6 skeins. If I would have bought line, I should have bought 450 grams. Now I have 600, but this has less meters, so I think I will be fine using this. But yeah, that's my test knit for Hannah. And that brings us to an end today. I don't have any more acquisitions or anything, any live stuff too much to tell. So I will just mention quickly that my tankar decal is still going on, and you can knit your tankar tee before the end of August and use the hashtag tankar decal for Instagram, and you will be in it to win some prizes. So I hope you enjoyed watching me today. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like my content, please consider subscribing, and it was really nice to talk to you once again. So I will be coming back to you in let's say 2 weeks or so, and until then, happy knitting. Bye.